And this just happened not too long ago, man. It's crazy, man, because I had just did a story about, feeling played, down in New Orleans and Chicago Compton, stuff like that, man. My associates, what I'm saying, or whatever, that don't know me, what I'm saying, that been knowing me, we'll say, 5 years. Like, I'm a chiefer. I'm different from a smoker. I'm a real Indian chiefer, meaning like, I smoke sweet.
They wanna bring home to me.
BeatStars.com.
Only thing I want is to have my peace.
Only thing I want is to have my peace.
There's no need for me to wear my vest. There's no need for me to wear my vest.
Man, like, and this just happened not too long ago, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man, because I had just did a story about, feeling played, down in New Orleans and Chicago Compton, stuff like that, man. And then, I find myself, some dudes, what I'm saying, that's in my life now that, my associates, what I'm saying, or whatever, that don't know me, what I'm saying, that been knowing me, we'll say, 5 years, what I'm saying. I'm 49. You do the math on that shit, for me out here in the streets, for 30, 35, what I'm saying, to a person that just only know me for 5 years, man. What's crazy is like, for instance, I'm trying to pull back on my weed smoke and stuff like that, man. So, I just go get, 2 or 3 blunts to smoke, and chill out however, because I actually gonna pull back like hell, tell you that, because 2 to 3 blunts, 4 at the most, that's really the biggest downgrade that I ever done in my life. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I call my partner, my little homie, you know what I'm saying? Gemini twin like me, and I say, man, try to just grab a little something to smoke, man. Maybe like 2 blunts. You know what I'm saying? Just something small, if I do some work on the computer, just, to keep me going. That's how, man, with Video Wayne, we do. You know what I'm saying? We get our smoke, we go in the lab, we start working, So he's like, all right, man, bet that's all you want to grab that right there. It's cool and stuff like that. Then he was like, hey, check this out, man. I got some OG instead of, the high grade, real high grade, right here in Atlanta. OG Kush is the lower grade weed. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, matter of fact, man, let me get that. Because me, like, I'm a chiefer. I'm different from a smoker. I'm a real Indian chiefer, meaning like, I smoke sweet. You know what I'm saying? When I, did my thing, man. It wasn't about the quality of the weed to me. It just, I needed enough to keep me going because I chief. You know what I'm saying? So if you got some runts or some chronic and the ounce costs $200 and you got some OG over here and I can get $100 ounces, I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 of those before I go get the high grade weed, because it's not the high and like that. It's how long I'm gonna be smoking. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a chiefer. Indian chief don't run out of weed, so they how. So, old boy said, okay, man, yeah, man, I got the OG, man. You want to get the OG? Of course you'll get more. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm on the way. And then what's crazy, the last words that I said is, well, let me get the OG because I'm an OG. And he was like, all right, bet. We started laughing, chop it up, got off the phone. I jumped on the expressway. So I shoot and go to that house. He hit me. Where you at? I say I was somewhere when I really was. You know how we do it. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm coming around, around the corner, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, just meet me at the store. So I'm like, bet. So when I get to the store, y'all, he was on the phone coming out the store. You know what I'm saying? And I yelled at him, hey, boy, what's going on? And I'm going to the store. I really want to go get change for the $100 bill. I really try to get in the store to get change for the $100 bill and then just give him the 10. You know what I'm saying? So I go in the store. He said, let me go to the car and get it. So he go to the car. I'm inside the store. I'm in line. I go ahead and buy my blunts and shit and get me a Sprite and pay for it and change the $100 out. So once I change the $100 out, he's coming in. You know, slide the other money in my pocket. Bam, hit it with a 10. You know what I'm saying? So and reason why I did that, y'all, just for y'all to know, because like he don't really sell like little dimes and grams or 2 grams of weed like that. You know, he sell bigger stuff. But like I said, I've been trying to chill, so you know, I'm just trying to buy what I need for myself like that. He sell it to me good, not I go get it from a little brother or my little cousin like that. So he gave it to me, put it in my hand. We started chopping it up, but I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, bro, what is this? It feels like one blunt. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, yeah, you say you want to die. So then I look at it and I see that it's the high grade weed. I say, man, I ain't want this, the runts, you know, whatever this is. I ain't want it, man. I told you the OG. And this is where the play come in at. Now, stopping the story right there, it could have been a misunderstanding. Ain't nothing wrong with those things, y'all. Those are earthly issues. We can get past those things. He could have said, oh, shit, man, my bad, bro. I got you on the back end. No problem. Bet. Boom. I'm gone. But instead of doing that, what he said was, nah, that's not what you said, Treese. I told you I had the runs, this, that, and that's what you say you wanted. Now, I'm feeling played. Because you going to sit there, bro, and look at my face and tell me what I said to try to manipulate the situation, but you won't give me a gram or two extra? Is that what it's about? Because if it is, now I'm feeling played. It ain't even about the weed no more. Just think about it. He gonna scream me out. He my little partner. He will. I can get shit free from him. Actually, I owe him some money right now. So you think about that. I probably owe him 20, 30 bucks. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no thing, you know, nowhere. But when you sit there in my face, bro, we in the store, and you tell me I did not say what I said. And then think about this. For the last 4-5 years that I've been knowing the kid, I only been buying OG Kush. You have 2, 3, 4 different types of grades of weed. I don't never buy those. I get the OG Kush. Just 2 weeks ago, he stopped selling OG Kush. I probably bought something from him 2 times. And it was the high grade weed. That was because that's all he had. And I didn't want to ride to College Park from where I stay at. You know what I'm saying? It's 30 minutes outside the city. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to go up there. That's all he got. I'm going to get it. But when you tell me, hey, man, I got some more OG Kush. You want to just get a dime of OG Kush? I say, yeah. Hell yeah. Let me get that. You know how I do? And then I get that to you, and you give me this shit barely a blunt? Like, you know, just, you know, I know I'm trying to stop smoking, y'all. But that's equivalent to me being a damn crackhead. I tell you, I want a 20 of that glass white. And when I get there, you gave me a damn nick of butter. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm finna go have 2, 3 hits. I got a 20. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you give me the high grade, the butter dope. What you think that jacket gonna do? That nigga gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But just being real, man, I felt played, man, because it ain't nothing but a little bag of weed, man. Like, it could have been a pound. It ain't even about how much it is. Now the whole situation changed. That's just like the New Orleans story I told y'all when the dude died over a cigarette butt. And everybody like, nah, man, he died over a cigarette butt. That was stupid. No, y'all, it wasn't over the cigarette butt. Meaning, like, man, dude would have got into it, I would have belted his ass. It wouldn't have been over him not giving me the other gram or 2 out of from the OG Kush. It would have been that. It would have been inside that happening. He said some disrespectful, some verbal abuse, some insulting shit. And that's why he got burnt. But when they put it all in the pot and it come out in court, or when he come out, they gonna say, oh, they was arguing because he bought a dime and it supposed to be more weed in the bag than that. And Don Treese got mad, and Don Treese, they got into it, and Don Treese shot him. Do y'all see how that shit look? But it went that way. I seen the bag went correct. I was upset about it, and I spoke on it right then. When I spoke on it right then, instead of him saying, oh, okay, I'm straight, whatever, straighten it out, he lie. Because that's what it was. Now, Treese, this is what you said. I told you I had this, and this is what you said you want. That is a lie. And as everybody know out there in YouTube land, people die from lies all the time. Every second of the day, somebody died. And most of the time, it got shit to do with lies and stuff, man. And that's what happened, man. Any form of a lie is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And for you to sit here and say, yeah, man, you said this, you said that, man. I had to tell, I said, hey, man, listen, man. Right here, you lying, bro. You playing with my intelligence, and I'm taking it as an insult. I said, I'm not saying nothing about nobody that buy weed from you. I know Jehovah God made all of us equal. But I'm different from them, bro. Like, straight up. I'm straight up different from them, bro. If 30 people come to his house and buy marijuana, and I'm the 31st, unless somebody in that crowd of them 30 is a doctor, a heart surgeon that'll save so many lives, or this, or that, or this, or that, then I have more rank than them in life on the stuff that I've done. And I'm not just talking about in the streets. I'm talking about in life, video production, Untouchable albums, this. He is a fan of my Untouchables and all that. He is a fan of New Orleans Exposed. He know who I am. I done produced some of the top shows across the country. VH1 Behind the Music, Lil Wayne, History Channel, Gangland. The new show with 50 Cent, big shots out of 50 Cent. We TV, Hip Hop Homicide. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. BET, American vs. Hip Hop. These folk have some of me and Video Wayne films all in that shit. They had to use it to complete their shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know who I am. Anyway, so I'm not saying treat me better than anybody else. I'm not telling you to do that. You should do that because you have a damn star coming to your spot, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I pull up, check this out. When I pull up, and your grandmama and your partners and your sister and everybody else there, when I pull up and step out the car with the jewelry on the chain and just however, then you want to say, hey, man, listen, this done Treese Knox, man. Y'all know the guy who produced this. He did this. He started from the Untouchables, man. Him and Video Wayne. Then you say all that. Then, you know what I'm saying? So when I come to you, you can act like it. For real talk, man. And that, just being real, that made me feel played, man. And like I said, I had to tell home, bro. I said, hey, man, I feel like you playing on my intelligence. And then the next words after that was, and bro, that is very dangerous, bro. He said something like, man, how you gonna tell me that dangerous, man, when I don't do nothing but be good to you, look out for you. And he's right, y'all. He's right. He's right. You can be good to me for 100 times. Then the day that you try to play me, all that shit gonna get wiped away, boy. That real talk, man. That real talk. And just before I went live right here, did the story or whatever, I got a text from him. Man, he said, man, I just think it was a misunderstanding, and we'll talk about it when we link back up. And the thing is, you can use that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's I learned that in middle school, juvenile middle school though, y'all. Cop out. It's called a cop out. Y'all know what the definition of a cop out is? That's what he used. Say, man, it was a misunderstanding, man, but we'll talk about it when we meet back up. That shit went no misunderstanding, y'all. You just tried to play me. Simple as that, man. And people die for people trying to play them. So don't wake up in the morning, nobody, and I mean nobody. Don't wake up in the morning, you guys. Put on your clothes, get in your car, and leave from your house with the agenda in your head to go play somebody, because you might not make it back.
Can you feel my pain? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Remember my